Guys, I want to do a video, show you an update on how the firewood's going. Well, we still have a lot of this here. There's just some scrap left here now. Remember this big pile we had? It was pretty big. There's still some here. I'll use all this eventually, but I might save this for the fire pit in the spring or something. There's some odd shapes and stuff like that don't fit in the wood stove very good. Let's take a look at the kindling supply. Still some kindling, but this used to be full. But still alright. So yeah. Still quite a bit here, but I've been working on the back end here. Look at this. That was pretty high. So I've already taken several wagon loads out of here. So yeah, we're working on this one now. We're into February, so you would think we'd be digging into that wood already. There's the pup. There she is. She's inspecting. She remembers all the piles here. She's smelling. She remembers how big this was. Yeah, we went through quite a bit of wood, you know. We're not here all the time, but that's over a cord of wood we went through. And we started really burning in about November. So here we are well into February. And this is basically all gone. So there was over a cord here. I don't know exactly, but let's say 1 1/3 or something. 1 cord plus a face cord or something. So there's over a cord here too. I'd say a little more than a cord and a face cord. And if you don't know what a face cord is 1/3 of a cord of wood. So usually a cord is what? It's 8 by 4 by 4. 8 feet long, 4 feet high, and 4 feet deep. This is way bigger than that, so yeah. Quite a bit left, but good thing I had all this ready, right? Like, I worked really hard in the fall, and sometimes I thought, why do I keep chopping and cutting and stacking, and what am I doing? You know, like, if you're just a recreational, like, you burn fires just for fun and just on weekends when you watch a movie or something, then you'd say, wow, look at the wood he's got. He'll be able to burn there for 10 years. But when you're using it to heat your home, you're going through it, because the wood stove is going day and night, 24/7 when we're here. You know, when it's cold up here, you got to keep it going. Like, it might only strike a match once. If you're here for a week, we light it once, and then we just keep adding wood, you know, and then we turn it down in the evening. It's a catalog wood stove. Watch this little clip here. I'll show you what kind of stove we have. So yeah, that stove is really efficient. And you can adjust the air intake and everything and turn it right low, and it'll run all night. But if it's really cold out, like 40 below, you got to run it higher, right? So then, like, usually I'll go to bed around, I don't know, 11 or 12, maybe midnight. Hulika's up later. She's looking at Facebook or posting pictures, stuff like that. She stays up later, so she'll check the fire before she goes to bed. She might add a little more wood. Then I might get up at, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, or maybe even 6:30, get up, and I'll go check it. And a lot of times I don't need to add any wood or anything. I just go check it to make sure, because when it's really cold, you want to keep it going, right? Because then the house starts cooling down. So, it's all on the weather, right? If it's really cold, like it was around Christmas, around -30, you're going through the wood like crazy. So you got to check it more, and you got to put more in. That's just the way it is. So this wood wouldn't last very long then. When if it's 30 below all the time, this pile would probably be half gone. We'd probably be up here or something. That'd be all gone if it stayed 30 below. But on a day like today, it's really nice today. It's like -1 right now. That's at 30 Fahrenheit. So you got the fire on low. It's still going in the house, but it's on low. So you're not going to use as much wood on a day like this. And we're here not quite half the time. So let's just say, for instance, 30 days in a month. Some months are 31, but let's just say we're here maybe 12 of those days or something. And it depends on the month. We might be here more. When it's nicer, we're here more, but sometimes we're not, right? It's about 12 days, maybe 14 days, something like that. So, you know, when I look at all this wood that we've been using this year, that pile's gone. Already started on the back of that pile. We're going to need double this wood. If we're here full time, I'm thinking, so you have all this, and you have all this on that side too, and then maybe some on the back. Maybe 4 cords of wood. Something like that. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have 4 cords of wood. And that's a lot of wood. Like, some of you out there, you would never use that much wood. But if you're living in a cold climate and you're using the wood stove to heat your house mainly, you'd be going through it. So I'd say at least 4 cords of wood. Like, it's the second winter now we've been up here since we bought the place. And we've gone through over 2 cords. I remember last winter, it was over 2 cords. I really wasn't counting that much because we were getting all the wood from the guy that was cutting the hay, and he would just keep bringing if we need it. But now I got to be a little more cautious and know what I'm going to use and what I need. So, and we got a lot of wood around here, but it takes a lot of work for, I'm cutting with a chainsaw, and I have a small splitter, like a no commercial splitter or nothing. So it would take a long time to do 4 cords. So there's people in the area too, I could buy it. It's not that much. Maybe $175 a cord, which is a really good price, because if you go online and you look for firewood in your area, you might say $350, $400 a cord. So, but since there's so much wood up here, that's usually how it works, supply and demand, right? If you're in an area where there's not many trees and most people are maybe living on an acreage near a city, they're gonna soak you, right? They're gonna charge you more. So that's just the way it is. So yeah, that's basically gone there. And we have this much left. And I showed you the back there before. So we're going through it. So guys, I'm going to end the video here. I just want to show you how the firewood's doing here, our supply. And like I said, we're probably going to need at least 4 cords when we're up here full time. Or maybe just over 2 when we're not, but we're part time. But also we're in February now, another month or so. By the time we get into March and closer to spring, we won't be using that much wood anymore. So we can't wait for spring too. I know it's a little early yet for us, but it's coming. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And give me a thumbs up, like there. I'd really appreciate that. See you guys.